And now I'm gonna, bring us back to reality and say, you can hate your kids.
Oh.
You can do that. Am I the asshole because a kid damaged a wall while I was supposed to watch him? Am I the asshole for refusing to let my parents meet my children because they didn't want me to marry my deaf wife? This is Bello.
I'm fitting to murder this driver.
This is Darien.
And this is Paddy.
And this is Jury of Your Peers. Let's go. Okay, wait, give me one moment. Okay.
That was one of your better ones recently.
That was better.
The nails are optimal length right now.
That's
Gotta
good.
be cut maybe next week.
Yeah.
But haven't been cut in about a week.
Got it.
Thank God you gave us an update on the nail length and the cut status.
It's a segment now. Guys,
of course, yeah.
Put a comment about Bello's nail length right here, right now.
No.
Please don't.
Do it.
Actually, I'm asking you not to.
Don't
Comment
listen
about
to
anything
them.
else. It has been... So, we recorded a deliberation room very recently, but we haven't recorded an episode proper. We haven't put on our wigs to judge people in like 6 years. I think
Probably
it was a
6 years.
child.
That's probably a good.
That's pretty
good number.
accurate.
Yeah. I feel like we're finally back in it. I am in my judge mode. I'm also in the mood to judge people.
That mode.
Yeah.
That's a
automatic
That's a
from
deep
that
cut.
range.
That's
I
a
keep
deep
saying,
cut.
Paddy is a cultured man.
I hope
keep
somebody
saying
understands that.
If you know, you know. Hey, he's a cultured man. I keep saying this. And Bello's
Glad
not.
someone thinks that. Anyways, we've got some great stories for y'all this week.
They sounded good.
Yeah, I know. Just based off the titles, I feel like we got some bangers. But are y'all ready to start?
Hell
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Or do we have to wet our whistle first?
Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. He's hyper because we have not recorded in a long time.
He's just
That's
so
true.
excited to be back in the judge position that he can't contain himself.
He's excited.
Which I
I
respect.
I have the zoomies right now.
God.
Go back to Love Island. Am I the asshole because a kid damaged a wall while I was supposed to watch him? This comes from Reddit user Excellent Summer 751.
Decent name.
Nah,
Out
I'm
of
not a
10?
fan. Well, it depends. Is your name Summer? Or are you just referencing Summer?
Does that
'Cause
make it
then-
better or worse?
I think if your name is Summer, I respect the confidence to be like, excellent Summer. That's me. But if not, 50-50.
Very well.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
get into it.
Yeah, this one's pretty long. It's got a little bit of setup. So
Oh
we'll hop right
boy.
in. Yeah, we got
And-
more paragraphs in this hoe. So,
Oh my God.
listen, I'm calling back all the yelled episodes today. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
let's
an
just reference something from each episode so far in this one.
when we hit episode 100. Every sentence is going to be a reference to a previous
God.
episode
Oh,
in
Jesus.
chronological order.
All right, see you guys in 2 years.
Got it in the
Yeah.
dome. All right. I, 22 female, went with my family to a gathering with some of their close friends. They were another family who I will call the host family, and they had 2 kids, 12-year-old male, who I will call Tyler, and 16-year-old male, who I will call James. Another family who I will call guest family. A lot of
Lord.
quotations in this
Yeah,
first
I'm gonna
paragraph.
get lost.
I'm lost. I feel like I'm watching a Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah.
So Tyler and James are host family, and now
Yes.
we're about to
Yes.
get into guest family. Okay.
Who are visiting with their kid, who is around the same age as Tyler. I will call him David. So let's do a brief.
I need like a
breakdown.
family tree
Yeah.
here.
2 families. Host family has 2 kids, Tyler and James.
Okay,
Tyler's 12, James is 16. Guest family has a kid named David who's also 12.
got it.
And then this person, who is, I believe, part of the guest family.
Got it.
Oh no, probably third separate family. She is part of a third separate family also at this gathering.
Okay,
Are we locked in?
sure.
We're still on the rails. Okay.
Keep
good.
it going.
All the parents were sitting at the table, talking to each other and drinking. since they were apparently too busy with what Tyler's mother told me. Wait, what? Oh, God, sorry. Since they were apparently too busy with that, Tyler's mother told me to watch him and David. So again, Tyler and David, two 12-year-olds.
Yes.
This house was somewhat large, but not a mansion, but like a suburban McMansion. So they were going to be out of sight most of the time. I didn't expect or agree to take care of someone's kids, but my parents backed the host family's mom up and told me to do it anyway. My parents aren't people who take no for an answer, so I didn't really have a choice if I didn't want to enter an endless argument with them. So before I continue, how do we feel about that already? Being the oldest young person.
As a Texan,
told,
I take heavy offense to the term McMansion. I feel like it's a derogatory name. It's not our fault that you guys buy shacks on the side of the road that all look, it's so like different. And look at the internals. That makes it $1 million house. No. Okay. Give me a giant box with rooms in it. I'll make it my home. Okay. No. Give me a big house.
Those cookie cutter like areas that only have the same house, it's so lame, dude.
No.
Have some unique shit in your like yard. Have some unique shit in your house.
The HOA would never forgive us.
Let me pitch an idea to you guys. How about you live in a square, boring house in Miami for $1.2 million?
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
1.2 million is on the low side.
Yeah, that's me being like, God. That's a starter family home.
Yeah, Miami is different.
Is all cookie cutter houses that all cost $1 million somehow with no personality. But that's Miami. I'll keep it going here. I decided to ask James, the 16-year-old brother, if he can at least do something. And the host family's response was, "Oh, he is busy doing something in his room." I thought that maybe he could still at least help just in case he was going to be free soon. I knocked on his room, entered, and he was just playing video games. I asked if he could help me watch Tyler because his parents asked me to watch over him. He, of course, refused. I told this to the host family. They did not seem to care. They still wanted me to do it and weren't even going to ask him to help. And so there's me, sitting in the living room, watching Tyler and David playing together, being loud and obnoxious to the point where the host parents came in several times to lecture me about how I am not keeping them calm. Eventually, things escalated so much that the two kids were throwing things at each other in some sort of dodgeball match. At one point, Tyler threw a baseball as hard as he could at the other kid, which missed and dented the wall.
Oh my God. That's a very teenage/preteen boy thing to do, is just start hurling things around willy-nilly. Yep. I would have absolutely done the same.
Fun games.
Yeah.
Fun games.
Guys, we're having fun. I'm trying to kill this friend of mine with a baseball.
Yeah, if I catch one of these things to the head,
concussion. Over. And it was thrilling. I loved every moment of it when I was doing it.
And now I'm going to, bring us back to reality and say, you can hit your kids.
Oh.
You can do that. Lightly. No bruises, right? Use a... All I'm saying is, I hear two kids, not giant house, I guess, large, nice house, throwing baseballs at each other inside. I'm like, my mom would have just beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah, my mom would have struck me at some point.
Yeah, should have been like,
stop it immediately.
If you throw that baseball, you will wake up tomorrow morning. Let's be clear.
Oh my goodness. Hey, man. It worked.
Yeah, look how I turned out.
Terrible.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly healthy and totally normal.
That is always their defense. They're always like, well, look how you turned out. It's like, Mom, I literally have to go to therapy because of this. What are you talking about?
No, and I will defend my mother. I can't think of a time she legit hit me. She was just really good at like the fear of God. And I know she had it in her. I just didn't play with it. I knew it was there, and I was not throwing baseballs inside.
Yeah, my mom was a silent assassin. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad was like, he would give me that look. I'd be like, oh, I'm
in trouble.
I fucked up.
I'm about to get my ass beat.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right. we got two short little paragraphs. We'll get through this one quickly. The parents heard this and came into the living room screaming. They told me how it's all my fault that their wall is damaged and that I should have looked after them better. Keep in mind, I did try to get the kids to stop by telling them, but I never intervened physically because I was afraid that the host family would get mad at me for that. Now, because of this incident, the host family is asking me to pay for the damages. Am I in the wrong for this? I feel like even if this wasn't really my responsibility to look after the kids, I still understand that I could have done a bit more to stop what happened. Am I the asshole?
This feels like elite level gaslighting to like What do you mean I'm 22 years old and you forced me to watch these children whom I didn't want to, and then also the 16-year-old who lives there is not going to help me, and you want me to pay for your wall that your own child messed up? Like, what? I'd be like, no, I'm never coming back. Fuck you. I'm going to leave now. Like, you're 22 years old at the end of the day. It's not like your parents really can tell you what to do. Like, I'd be like, no, I'm not watching them. Oh, and also, no, I'm not responsible. And I'm not getting my head taken off with a baseball trying to intervene when I'm a 22-year-old girl at that. Like, no.
This is weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm of the mindset that if that happened, I would be like, shit, I'm sorry. Like, the kids were playing. I didn't want to step in because I don't really know them. Like, I was just making sure that nobody got, like, seriously injured. They put this hole in the wall. Like, it's your kids.
Yeah.
It's your house. Like, they're also old enough to, like, know what they're doing and know that there's possible, like, consequences. And I'm not going to pay to fix your wall. Because, also, if this is a little bit bigger of a house, you probably have the money to patch up a little bit of drywall. Like, I don't think that it's breaking the bank. It's weird to then put that on a 22-year-old. I don't know their financial status, but, like, that seems weird as well.
Yeah.
Kind of just weird all around. I would just be like, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, I'm going to go. You made a good point, too. It's like, it would be different if they were like 7 and 8 years old or something.
They're old. They're older.
They're 12 and 16. Like, you know that you should not be doing
two 12-year-olds.
Two 12-years-old. And then, the 16-year-old is
and
just...
the 16-year-old was playing video games in his room, refused to help.
Yeah, so it's two 12-year-olds. Like, it's not like they're, like, little kids. Like, when I was 12 years old, like, I was, like, going to the mall by myself and stuff with my friends.
I was doing dumb shit at 12 years old, but, like...
Yeah, this
like,
is
I
feasible.
knew that, like, I was like, this
shouldn't-
baseball could break something.
I knew that I shouldn't fling a baseball full force into the wall. Like, you're getting some heat on that shit by 12 years old. Like, no.
And also, I feel like this all happened, right? Where, like, the oldest young person is like, oh, can you look after the kids? 12 is right at that age. It's like, you need someone to look after two 12-year-olds?
Well,
what
clearly.
are they doing? Like, I
Yeah,
agree. Two
clearly.
7-year-olds are like, oh yeah, they're 7. Like, they could, fucking fall in the pool or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like,
I don't think my
But two
dad
12-year-olds.
would have been like, hey, can you, like, because me and my cousin are the same age, and, like, this would be, like, kind of a similar situation where we were both 12 and go and fuck around somewhere. But I don't think either my uncle or my dad would have, like, picked out the oldest, like, non-adult there and said, hey, can you make sure that they're fine? They'd be like, listen, they get hurt, they'll come back. Like,
Yeah.
Can I
You're, like,
also
in the
make one more
7th grade.
argument?
Like,
Yeah,
come on.
Literally, you're in the 6th or 7th grade when you're 12 for sure. And another argument I'm going to make here is she's 22. She's too old for this. Like, officially,
Yes.
she is of drinking age and adult.
yeah.
She can hang out with you guys and have drinks and talk. Like, listen, I get she's not your age and isn't, like, a friend of the friends, whatever. But, like, I know I've done that before with my parents. I've done that with my in-laws a million times where they have people their age over and I'm sitting there talking with them, having drinks, mingling.
Yeah.
Very weird to have a 22-year-old be the one doing this. This is definitely a 16-year-old's job.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Imagine
Like-
graduating college and then getting told and forced to watch
Yeah.
12-year-olds. Like, when I'd be like, why am I even here? No, I'm going to call an Uber and go home.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Especially like neither is her little brother. I still don't disagree with. I disagree with it rather, but more so if one was her little brother, I could understand the like, oh, watch your little brother.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
whatever.
but none of them are related.
Neither
to
of
her.
these are her kid or her brothers. What the hell?
Or
Why is she watching
related,
them?
right?
Yeah, they're like
it's not even
none of them are
cousins
related.
yeah.
Because you said this
Some
girl's
of
in
their
a
close
third family.
friends.
Yeah, so this is like a
Yeah.
completely separate family.
Yeah. Weird.
Please.
Weird. And then another argument I'm going to make, by the way, is if I'm this girl's parents, how are you not defending her? Like I'm going to pitch a scenario. Imagine the three of us, we're all in our 40s and 50s and we all have kids and we have a get together, we're all having drinks. If in some, I'm going to pick on you, Paddy, here just for the sake of it. If you did this happen to me and you were like, oh my God, Bello, your daughter wasn't watching my 12-year-old, I'd be like, okay, and like, why are her parents not defending her? How are her parents being like, damn, that's crazy? I don't know. Like,
you guys can pay for that shit then if you want to. Like, you're the one who signed me up for it. I wasn't qualified, and you made me do it anyway. But
I don't know. I just kind of hate that. Like, I'm always like, if you're a parent, defend your kid a little bit. Be like, hey, you're my friend. Why are you telling my daughter to do that?
yeah, why
Or
are you
if I'm
yelling
gonna be-
at my daughter? Like,
yeah, even if
I'd be
I were like,
back up.
oh, okay, like, hey, can you watch their kids? You'd be doing me a favor. This is my friend, whatever. The second someone starts screaming at my kid, like, you weren't watching them and they threw a fucking baseball, I'd be like, okay, why did you make her do this in the first place?
Yeah, that's a very weird, like, the parents sound like old school style where they're like, just do what I say because I'm your parent. But like,
Yeah.
I would have been like, no, I'm not watching them because, and I probably would have brought up something exactly like this. I would have been like, because when something goes wrong, it's not going to be my fault. You're not going to blame me for not watching two preteens. Like, no, thank you. And also, I'm a girl, like I said. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know, maybe this girl's like a bodybuilder or something. But like, even if she would have tried to step in, two 12-year-old boys can overpower like a 22-year-old girl. I could lift like some pretty heavy weights whenever I was 12.
I mean,
and I
that
was
would
a
be-
small fry, dude. I
That
was
would be
very
crazy
small.
if they got physically aggressive towards the 22.
Well, no, I'm not saying they're like,
wild.
I'm not saying they're gonna like beat her down or
Square
nothing. I'm saying like, if she tries to like step in between them, like they're strong enough to just like shove her off, like, or something like that, and be like, get the hell out of the way. Like,
Yeah, this whole
I
situation.
will say 12-year-olds, like, I don't know. I don't know how big 12-year-olds are. I haven't been
That's
12 in
fair.
a very long time, so it might be totally different.
I think there's a lot of people who are assholes here. Her parents being one of them for not defending her.
True.
These situations always suck. If it's ever happened to you, you know that they're awful. It happened to me one time. I'm not going to name any specifics, but I was asked to watch, I think he was like 9 or 10. Like we were in, I think, Universal Studios. And it was like, oh, we got to do something really quickly. Can you watch him really quickly? And it was like clockwork. Like the second the parents went away, that kid looked at me and went, and booked it. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God. I would have
like,
killed
fuck
him.
you, man. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I sitting here, like, trying to chase down this kid now and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, where are you going? He didn't have a phone on him, I don't think,
Oh,
or
God.
something. And it was like, ugh.
That's also the
nightmare
age where you like know that you're doing something like mischievous. Because I did a summer camp. I went and stayed at my aunt's house in Louisiana, and
Oh.
I did a summer camp, and I was in charge of like the 5, 6, and 7-year-olds, or like 5 to 8, something like that.
Oh, like you were a counselor.
Yeah,
you weren't,
I was
like,
a counselor.
attending the camp. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and like they were actually like really good kids. Like they were doing dumb stuff, but like when you were like, "Hey, stop." Like they would actually stop. You could actually like corral them, because little kids like listen, but like kids that age, like 9 to literally all the way up to
They're hitting
forever.
early puberty.
Literally, you stop listening to people because you're like, oh, I wanna do this thing. You can't stop me. I know that you can't stop me because I literally don't know you. You literally cannot touch me. So it like no.
Yeah, I was a camp counselor for 7 years.
Yeah.
I had
really?
age range from like, I think my first group that I had was probably, I want to say like kindergartners, like really young.
Yeah.
And then my last year that I was a head counselor, I had the second oldest group, which I think was going into like 5th or 6th grade.
Oh,
And the 5th or 6th graders, like you can like do more sports with them, so it's a little bit more fun in that standpoint because you can actually like do like dodgeball and kickball.
Oh, you can be the coach that steps in when the losing team is like about to lose.
Yeah,
You're
and like you're kind of you're kind of the guy.
Yes.
They're like,
but
yeah,
then
Patty's here. Come
Yeah,
on."
exactly.
they're also kind of assholes
yeah.
at times because they're
Yeah.
just like,
Terrible
I'm just gonna
age.
be. I'm like, hey, don't pick that ball up, and then they pick the ball up. And I'll say, put the ball down, and they're like,
They're like kids, or they're like cats, where like you're
it's
like,
ridiculous.
don't knock that over, and your cat's like,
Yes.
I'm gonna shove this over, and there's nothing you can do.
But the younger kids were cool because like they would listen to me. They would like do all the like they wouldn't be able to do a whole lot, but they would listen. But they would also be like, I'm tired. We're supposed to be playing in the gym right now. I'm gonna lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit
and
down
put my
and do
face
nothing.
on the floor.
Yeah, like
I'm
I'm
gonna plank on the floor.
Yeah.
Like no,
No, you have to
stop.
play the game.
Stop
like this is what you're
licking
here
the
for.
ground.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Honestly,
Every age-
I recommend being a camp counselor to anyone. Being
Oh,
a camp
yeah.
counselor was a
Sure.
lot of fun.
Oh, I'm
And it
sure.
teaches you how to deal with kids too. They're like we are 3 men, and we all are probably gonna have kids in the next 5 or so years. If you're a grown man and you literally have no idea how to deal with children, like that's pretty weird. Like you
It
should
is.
like
I
get those
agree.
skills. Cause like you can't leave all that shit to your wife or your significant other or whatever. Like you should have some skills in interacting with like small children and taking care of them by the time
You
you're
see,
an adult.
I agree with you because I'm the opposite. I never had any experience doing that, and to this day, I feel very awkward. Like when someone is like, "Can you watch my 5-year-old?" I'm like, "What do I?
What do I do?
This child?" Like I don't know. I'm excited to learn. Like I want to have kids, and I'm gonna learn for sure. But yeah, I agree. Like to this day, I'm like very awkward around children. I'm like, I'm just gonna talk to them like an adult. And
Yeah,
When
I
they're
will
like,
say, yeah.
do you play Fortnite? I'm gonna be like, no.
No, I don't. I have
What
a
am I, a
job.
loser?
No, no, even better. You say yes and just start cranking 90s over them.
Check this shit out. Literally. Or you just
They're
like,
like, I
lean
got
down
a
and
gold
you're like,
scar. Here's this green pump to the face.
then it's like, have you ever heard of a 401k? What about a Roth IRA? Let's
Yeah,
talk
are you
about
investing
that, kid.
in your retirement yet?
Yeah,
That's
you should
stress
start
the
early.
fuck out of the kid.
Yeah.
So start talking like, you have $5? Save that. Save that. Don't spend it.
The
Hold up.
world is moving around you. It's not all about you. No, but
I just
yes.
give them like the dialogue from Dimension 20 where it's like a 5-year-old and I'm like, laws are just a promise of violence, kid. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, but if you're a man out there, you should learn how to hold a baby. Like, cause don't be that guy who like your wife like hands you the baby and you're like, what do I do with my hands?
What do I do with them?
I don't know what to do. And then learn how to deal with kids. You have relatives or be a camp counselor or something and just go and deal with kids.
It's a good summer
great
job
skill.
growing up. It is a very
Yeah.
good summer job.
I know the TikTok watchers are all between the ages of like 17 and 25. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. That's actually true.
Interesting.
A lot of them. It's like 80%.
Well, is it time to vote?
I think
Time to
so.
cast judgment? So remember, she's asking if she's the asshole. Darien,
No, you're not the asshole. Plain and simple.
Paddy.
Yep, not the asshole. You don't have to pay for that. Like, it's not your job to watch them. You're 22. If it was like 16, 17, it's a little different, maybe. But even then, I still don't think so.
Yeah, you should have asked them to pay you to watch the kids and then use that money to
You
fix
should.
the whole
The
other
response should have been, "Take it out of my babysitting fee."
Yeah, literally.
And I agree with you all. Go get that 16-year-old out of his room and kick his ass. What the hell is wrong with him? What is this? His little
Why-
brother's like throwing a baseball at the wall. He's like, I have to, guys, I'm about to hit plat. You don't understand. I need to
Why
end
are
the
the
in the
game.
kids
fourth quarter.
not outside?
Get the kids outside. What are we doing here?
And that is our judgment. You are not the asshole. You are free On an off note though, all of the families in that story, you're the only not asshole in that whole story. Actually,
Yeah. As soon as your daughter doesn't have to depend on you financially anymore, you might as well kiss her goodbye because you guys sound like real jerks. So get ready for it.
Am I the asshole for refusing to let my parents meet my children because they didn't want me to marry my deaf wife?
I am
Crazy.
extremely excited about this one. Like,
This is
This is crazy.
I'm so hyped.
This is from Kick Vivid 2074.
I like it.
I
like the off kilter names,
That's a good one.
Like, surprise me a little bit.
I agree. This is probably 7.5 out of 10. This will do.
It's good.
On a burner, I am now 29 male. Sorry, I couldn't read that. My parents didn't see that my wife, 28, had a big heart and an awesome personality or how beautiful she is. All they saw was that she was deaf.
Green flag from this guy. Good age range. You're talking about how beautiful and like lovely she is. Green flag.
We love a king. And
yes.
So far, you're a king.
This is a high value man.
Paddy, what's wrong? You don't love kings?
You two are weird, man.
What? We gotta hype up our kings. Not enough dudes tell other dudes that you're doing it right. Or wrong, to be fair.
Yeah, like Jace.
22
Anyways.
Or whatever is however.
Yeah,
old
27 male, 34 male.
God.
Yo?
Yeah, some other guy should have been like, dude, you need to stop to that guy.
If you did not watch the, not 2 Dozen Eggs. What was the name of that episode? Cooking for the Homies? If you haven't watched Cooking for the Homies, please go watch that episode, like 11 or
right
something.
after Seabat.
Fantastic. Right after, yeah, get Poop Knife, Seabat, Cooking for the Homies. There's like, we have all the episodes are 10 out of 10s, but we have some 11 out of 10s.
There you go.
That's fair.
I asked them, how ignorant can they be? They argued that she will pass her disability onto any children we have. Also, don't think that's how that works. I don't know if disabilities like that are genetic at all, or if it's.
I have no idea if that's a genetic thing.
And
Google,
even if it is,
here I come.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if it is, it doesn't matter. But I still don't think it necessarily works like that.
I think maybe at worst it's a higher chance, but I don't think it's like, hey, deaf people have deaf babies. Like, I don't. If they do, I'm very wrong. But
yeah, what are we getting? What does Joe Rogan call his like research guys? Like, pull it up. His name Jamie.
It's funny because it is hereditary. It is able to be passed down. But even
so what
if
I said,
there are 2 deaf parents, both parents could be deaf, not deaf. There's only a 10% ish chance that your baby is also deaf.
Oh,
so it's very
unlikely. Super unlikely.
Yeah,
still,
it's very
more
unlikely.
likely than normal.
It's like
but by
it's probably a very
point.
like normal percent chance. Like it's probably higher than normal, but like it's still not high by any stretch of the imagination.
Fucking already, these parents are fucking losers.
Old school.
Long story short, they said they won't accept her into the family. I said, then you aren't accepted into ours. And any children we have, they aren't going to know about them.
As it should be.
Jesse, which he has not said, but I'm assuming his wife, cried when I reluctantly had to tell her why they weren't attending our wedding. So yeah, his wife. I hated them more for that. Only my sister, 29, came and... Oh, he said that wrong. She is the only one I speak to, but I haven't spoken to my parents since. Sorry, that was butchered sentence. We now have twins, a boy and a girl. They are both hearing. My sister came to visit and said our parents found out about them and asked her to ask me and Jesse if they can meet them. I immediately shut that down. Told my sister to remind them that they rejected Jesse first and they can fuck off. My sister later texted and said they both want to apologize. I said, it is too late. There's another paragraph, but I think we could pause here just for a second.
Yeah.
You gotta have some fucking gall.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have some real fucking gall to be like, oh, can we see the babies?
Yeah.
I'd be like,
I think a lot of people draw like these lines in the sand without realizing their actual impact. Like, I think it's like the parents were the first people in the wrong for saying, I refuse to accept your wife if you guys choose to have kids. As a parent, you know that you're going to want to see your grandkids. That is always going to happen. I will say on the other side of it, this guy, I fully am on your side. Like, you are allowed to feel how you feel about it for as long as as long as you want. I will say to completely shut down the idea that your parents can learn and be like and grow as people forever is odd to me. Like, I'm like, okay, this is something where they were clearly misinformed and they just are, it's like an old wives' tale. Like, oh, if she's deaf, then she's going to have a deaf kid. But like, I think we've talked about this in past episodes. You can't put a timeline on somebody's healing process either. So like, do I think you should open your heart to allowing them to see your kids eventually? Absolutely, yes. But you get to choose that timeline. And also your parents need to put more effort into asking questions like, hey, what do I need to do to make sure that you and your wife feel comfortable with this, over just being like, hey, no, I said that I would never accept your wife and that I hated her because she was deaf, but like, change of heart. Can I see the kids? Like, no, don't do that.
It's so true what you just said. I feel like a lot of people in these stories, we've read a lot now. We're deep in it. We'll be like, oh, forgive me. Oh, forgive me. You gotta listen, when it comes to forgiveness, if you're being genuine, you have to be like, what can I do? I understand I hurt you. What can I do to make up for it? This whole like, just forgive me. I'm your parent. Like, really? Like, you're really gonna hold this over me? It's like, you're an asshole. You don't want forgiveness. You want them to just stop talking about it because you think you're still right. If you want to approach this correctly, you have to fully like, hey, you're right. I fucked up. Like, how can I make it up to you? And if the answer is nothing right now, the answer is nothing right now. And then in a year, in 2 years, like, you slowly, because this is crazy to do. This is an aggressive one. I think a lot of these are aggressive, but this is like, I'm not even in this situation and my blood is boiling at the gall to be like, oh, well, let us see our grandbabies.
Paddy?
I mean, you guys know me. I tend to go on the side of family is above pretty much anything. And I don't think that this person was wrong in saying like, hey, you're going to say this shit and you're going to make my wife, I don't know if they said this when they were engaged or whatever, but then like they got married, weren't there. If you're going to say this, then you're not going to be a part of our lives. And then they come back, they say this. If I were him, because I, again, would want to keep family involved, like I want my grandkids to know their grandparents, I would tell them, hey, you can't see the grandkids until you spend time with my wife and you make it right with my wife. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, she was the one that was crying, thinking like, I have split his family from this. I've done this to my kids. You need to make it right with her first. Once you make it right with her, you and I can then talk. We'll make it right there. And then you can see my kids. Yeah. I don't care how long that takes. I'm willing to do that. And I'm willing to put in the time and effort if you show that you're willing to put the time and effort into doing this. But I think there's steps to get to what you want to get to. Yeah. You're not going to just go right past what you did to my wife to get to the things that brought you back in. I'm not going to immediately give you the reward of that, because that's something that you need to earn back. Yeah. That's not something that's just given. So I think it's a little ridiculous that he's putting such a strong stance up. I don't think that that is the right thing to do. And I think that's kind of being an asshole about it, because people make mistakes. you do, like, listen, your parents are going to make mistakes. They're human. They're doing this all for the first time as well.
Mm-hmm.
They do some things that you will not agree with, and you know what? Maybe they are pretty bad. Like, this one's not good. This is super intolerant. It's fucked up, but they're making mistakes. If they can show that they're genuinely willing to get to know your wife and then make it up with you, then yes, they deserve to get to know your grandkids.
Yeah, that's a good
Paddy
point.
is
It's like
cooking right now, by
like
the way. Cooking.
the wife, or if you're a woman, your husband, or whatever you choose to do with your life, like once you take that step, like that is your family. Your immediate family becomes your wife, your kids, once you get married. And my mom talks about it all the time. Like, she knows that once I get married to my fiance, that has to be your number one priority, because that's what you're dealing with every day. That's your life at that point. And I think it is a good point, and I know I've said it in the past, and I know, Paddy, I fully agree with you that, like, people are people. Like, we all have done things that I'm sure that we're not proud of, and I couldn't imagine being judged by somebody who I loved, like my kids, by my worst moment, and then being like, this is what I'm going to think of you forever. And even as a peer, as a friend, I couldn't imagine being judged by the worst thing that I've ever done, because we've all done fucked up shit. So
100%.
It's one of those things where, like, as a person who makes mistakes, and everybody does it, you have to believe that people are capable of changing. Because, like, if I was the same guy I was in high school, you guys would not know 100%. Me. And even if you did, you'd probably fucking hate me. You guys think 100%. I'm an asshole now, but like, my fiance could tell you when we met freshman year of college, I was a jerk. Like, I was like, I don't care who likes me. And it comes from a place of like pain and fear, I think. And I think that's what this guy is feeling. It's a lot of pain, and it's a lot of, to Paddy's point, you can't bypass everything that you've done to get to the reward now. So I think I fully agree that, like, there are steps to be taken, but like putting that line in the sand, your parents are going to die one day. You are not going to have them forever. And what are you going to do when your kids come to you and ask you, what about grandma and grandpa on your side? Like, who were they? What's going on? What are you going to tell them? Oh, they said this thing about your mom that I really didn't like, and I literally never talked to them again, so you also will never know them. Like,
it's a selfish thing to do.
Exactly.
And it's weird to say that it's selfish, because it's reacting to something that is 100% in the wrong.
Yeah.
But the reaction to that comment is selfish in the way that you now have taken somebody that is important and should be important in those kids' lives and should be able to talk to your grandparents. I'm incredibly close with my grandparents. Like, I'm super close with my grandpa. I golfed with him a ton when I was a kid. Like, every time I go home, I make sure that I see him and my grandma. Like, you're taking that away from a kid that has no choice and will never have the opportunity to then, like, get those moments. And I think if you wait too long, it's in a way too late.
Yeah.
Like, getting to know your grandparents when you're a kid is super important, because it's like the next level from parents. Like, you have your parents, and then you're like, oh, we're going to grandma and grandpa's house. Like, that's another level.
A lot of people get raised by their grandparents.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
That happens all the time. My brother was raised by my parents fully, but when he was young, I mean, like, every day, he was like attached to my grandpa.
Yeah.
Like, attached. So I agree with you guys completely. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, I don't want to say it's selfish. I get what you're saying. It just feels like the wrong word, because it's like we said, you can't rush the healing process, because it's also fucked up to tell this guy, like, okay, well, get over it. They deserve to meet your grandparents. It's like,
come on, man.
No, this is crazy for them to have denied his wife because she's deaf. But there definitely does need to be a healing process. I just don't know if he's there yet. I'm going to read the last paragraph, and then I have some more thoughts here. But I told Jessie about the request, and she said maybe we can reconsider and take it slow. Your wife is an angel, by the way.
Yeah.
Your wife is like an incredibly sweet woman.
Green flag for the wife, too. Come on, dude. This is a great couple.
Healthy relationship.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
My friend said it can be the healing and closure that I need, but I don't know if I want it. I don't know if they're wanting to see my children because they found out they are hearing. I don't know if I'm being selfish and only thinking about how I feel. Am I the asshole here? And that, I think, was a big one. I'm sure that's not it because I know how grandparents are. Mm-hmm. But let's say one of these kids turned out to be deaf. Like, let's say on the off chance it did happen. You know the parents are going to be like, we told you.
Yeah, we knew it.
We told you so. And it's like.
But you could also play the flip side of that. What if both of them were deaf and they say, I still want to know my grandkids because they're my grandkids. And they had like just a change of heart. Like, we can play the hypothetical all we want. But like you can say, hey, they would be totally fine with it. But they may still say, I told you, but like they still would want to see their grandkids. Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you. I think that's why, though, that there still needs to be some sort of like, I'll be honest with you. If my wife, she's deaf and she could read lips, I would lie to my parents and be like, nope, you guys got to learn ASL. You guys want to be a part of our life? You got to like learn at least basic ASL. Even though the kids are hearing, I'd be like, no, you were going to do a fucking gesture. Yeah. If you want to like try to make this work, because again, like that's just so aggressive. Mm-hmm. Now, I also agree. It's like selfish. Like you are deprived, like the way you have to think about it, which is hard when you're so angry, which you have every right to be, is you are not denying your parents from seeing your children. You're denying your children from having grandparents.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I agree with you guys fully. They do need to prove something just to make sure, because God forbid, they're like, I want to see the grandchildren, show up, and then don't fuck with your wife. Like, that's like, no, wait.
Yeah.
Hold up. Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah, it's, I'm black. Bello, you're obviously Hispanic. But like, is something funny? Is something funny about being black to Bello?
The way you said it, it was like
black.
I'm
Bro,
black.
What the fuck was that?
You'll get where I'm going. You'll get where I'm going.
No, it was the way you said that was so jarring. I was like, okay,
black.
What's the sentiment? I'm black.
But essentially, like, there are, to Bello, your point that you originally made, like, what if one of them was unhearing or whatever? Like, I've known people, like, and honestly, like, I've had some really personal experiences with this where their, relatives or whatever are literally, like, racist. Like, literally, like, no, want nothing. And then their like daughter, their grandchild will have a kid with somebody who is black. And then they will like that just change their lead. Like, I love the shit out of this kid. I think it's the same as like being a parent. Like, I think it's always, I know how I would feel until it happens to you. And then you're like, I thought I was going to feel this way. I thought I was going to feel this way, but like, I feel a totally different way. Like, I think that I want to have a boy first, but if I have a girl, I'm not going to be like, fuck. Like, literally, I'm just going to be like, well, maybe I did want to have a girl first. Like, I never really thought of it. Like, you never really know what you're going to do until you're in that position. And I think we've all kind of lined up on the point that like, these parents have to do more than just say, I'm sorry, and like try and come around. Like, it definitely has to be like even if the process doesn't start now, Bello, to your point, like, you've got to start that process eventually because, like I said, your parents aren't going to be around forever. Your kids aren't going to have grandparents. They're going to have them for even less time than you've known them. So it's one of those things like, children are raised by a village in my experience. And I know it's very similar for you guys. And to have a piece of your history missing is something that has effects on you later in life because you don't know where you came from. And that you start to question, why am I this way? Why do I have this color hair? Why, whenever both of you guys have brown eyes, are mine green? Like that kind of deal. Or you guys are short and I'm super tall. Fair. Well, it's possible, just very unlikely. But like, why am I super tall whenever you and mom are not that tall? Like, those are the things that you start to lose, and that can lead to identity issues. That can lead to a lot of mental stuff that goes on later in life. Like, you just have to put yourself aside and be like, okay, these are real people that are experiencing real life. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a story that somebody wrote. Like, these are people doing what they think is best. And honestly, regardless of how fucked up it is, they thought it was best that you didn't have a kid with a deaf person. And that was them being ignorant, but they don't know what they don't know. They can only go off what they know. And you have to, and if your wife is okay with it, then you should also support her, because how do you think she feels being the reason that you aren't connected with your family too? It probably has
That's
some
what I'm
impact
saying.
on
They would
her.
have to make it right with her first.
Like she probably wants to lose that weight on her shoulders too.
Yep.
So you do have to look at the entire picture.
Yeah. Yeah. I am going to make one comment, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second with an out there, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like symbol, I guess. That's not the right word. But
Analogy. Here we go.
Analogy. Thank you.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Well, because
I can already tell that I'm not gonna.
I think it's the way that me and Darien see things versus the way you see things, Patty, and I think all of it is fair. But
Yeah,
it's that
Whitey.
when someone I think it's the way that people perceive being like having like these insane moments with people they love, like betraying them essentially. So I'm going to use a very out there example. I have to for the sake of this. Like, let's say someone cheats on you, right? And they go, "Oh, it was a mistake." And you're like, "You made 18 concurrent mistakes to get to that point." Like, and that's why it hurts so much. Like, there were so many forks in the road where that couldn't have happened. And you said yes at every single one of them and then did it. To me, that's how I see a lot of people when they like do something like that to hurt me. A lot of the time it's like, well, was this a one time, like say, like if you said something out of nowhere, that's like, okay, that can be an argument, but you forgive because you're like, well, all right, came out of nowhere, whatever. This is one of those things like you looked me in the eye. You understood how much this is going to hurt me. And you looked at me and still did this knowing it would hurt me and then come back for forgiveness. That's obviously the way of the world. But I think that's the difference between people who get very angry at these situations and say, yeah, fuck these people, which I'm sort of in that camp while also being like, okay, don't get too ridiculous. I think there's people, which I admire, honestly, who are very easy to forgive and can see things as this is a one-time fuck up. They can grow from this, which is objectively true. But whenever you see someone who can't forgive, that's usually what it is. It's not like, oh, this is a random one-off thing. It's like, oh my God, you consciously knew what this would do to me and still said, no, you should not marry this woman.
Yeah, that is pretty wild to get to the point of saying we will not accept her, because if they said that, I think you're right that it probably built it like you first started dating her and they're like, I don't know. And then it's like it kept progressing and progressing. It's like, okay.
And you told them like, oh, I'm going to propose. And they were like,
yeah.
What?
It's like
oh.
Wait a minute. Nope. No. Yeah. And it's like, okay. I think I agree with that point. I think, despite my demeanor and what I would consider, I'm a pretty not stoic person, but like I have a big heart. I'm kidding. But I forgive people almost to a fault, because I think every time somebody has a fuck up, like I see myself in their shoes and I go, if I did something like this, would I feel like it represented me as a person? And I think that's what it is. And that's why, like, I constantly find myself forgiving people for things is like, I feel like I did shitty things in the past. I feel like I was a worse person in the past. I was a worse person 2 years ago. You guys have known me for that long. And like, you guys can probably attest to the fact that I'm a better friend. I like take care of my friendships better than I did back then. And like, I couldn't imagine if like, even though I've done all of this work on myself, you guys were still like, oh no, Darien, that's the asshole guy who like really doesn't fuck with anybody. Like, I would be like, holy shit, like I've done so much, look at it. But like, a part of that is also that you can't control that either. So it's like, a give and take. You don't want to walk through life fucking up constantly and being like, guys, I've changed. But at the same time, like, it is important to be like, if I did something like this, which, who knows what the situation is, but like, what's the worst to one person is not the worst for somebody. You stepping on somebody's shoes and ruining them forever could be the worst thing ever for them. But like, would you want to be held to that moment forever? Probably not. And I think that's where my head goes more often than not. And like I said, almost to a fault.
I feel like that's not a bad thing. Again, genuinely, like they say, hate hurts you more than it hurts anyone else. So sometimes I could see, I actually forgive people in small things too easily. I'm 0 to 100. It's like, you could do a bunch of things to me. I'll be like, oh, it's okay. And then like when this kind of thing, like if that were to ever happen to me, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm never fucking speaking to you again. And would actually hold out 45 years of like anger.
I absolutely believe that wholeheartedly.
But that's
you would do
bad.
That.
That is a bad thing. And you should not do that. And I recognize that. With that being said, Paddy, anything else? Or are we ready to vote?
I think I'm ready to vote. I think I've said my piece.
Yeah, I want Paddy to go first this time.
Is this guy the asshole, Paddy?
I think he is the asshole. I think his reaction to the initial comments and decisions was appropriate. I think the way that he's continuing when it feels like his wife wants him to try because he's now putting a burden on her because she feels the guilt, and he's putting a burden on the kids because they don't get to know their grandparents. I understand the hurt behind it, but you have to take into account other people as well, and other people that you love and want to make the correct decisions for and help out. I think you're an asshole because you're not growing when people are capable of growing.
Darien?
Yeah. I had a feeling he was going to go that route. And honestly, I agree. I think he is the asshole. But it's not because I think that what the parents did was right or that they handled it the right way. I think it's strictly because you are now putting your entire family, not just yourself, into a predicament that they clearly don't want to be in. These babies don't have any sort of say in this, but also your wife, again, I think the burden of my husband doesn't talk to his family because of me is something that will eat at her for the rest of time, like until you're able to move past that. And I think you are also impeding her ability to heal from what they said to her by continuing to harbor this amount of hate for it. So I think you should tell your parents, be like, hey guys, like, I'm willing to let you in, but it's not going to be today. It might not be next month. It might not be this year. But like, you guys are going to have to show us what's up and that you've actually changed your mind, or you won't see these kids. And then at that point, it's their fault. They've done it to themselves at that point. And that's out of your hands. So yes, you are the asshole, but it's because of the way you're continuing to handle it, even though things have changed around it.
And with my final vote, I'll be, again, willingly taking it out.
A lot of them lately.
And saying, okay, watch yourself. I don't think you're the asshole. Reason being, I'm a big proponent of no one else gets to choose when you're ready to heal. This must have hurt like hell hearing that from your parents. And I'm going to cite our own conversation here. Yeah, them saying, oh, can we meet the grandchildren? No.
Yeah.
You're not the asshole for being like, fuck no. What fucking world? Absolutely not. I do agree with you guys that he does need to be open to it. Maybe not yet, but in a year, 2 years, like when you're ready, you need to try and at least talk to your parents. And again, set up some sort of like, no, you're not seeing the kids immediately. Like my wife cried when she figured out you guys would not be at our wedding because you didn't support it. Like, absolutely not. But I don't think you're the asshole because I don't think anyone gets to tell you when you're ready to heal. As long as you don't take, I'd say a decade. is like the good amount of time, because I think anything less is like a lot, but okay. If it's like the kids are 16 and have never met their grandparents, like that's like, all right, brother, you gotta like your
Decade,
kids
a
have
long
grown
time.
up
Let it go.
officially.
I feel
Yeah, like they
damn.
have grown up without grandparents.
Go
like,
to therapy. How
this
many
is with me
times
not
have we
knowing
said
how old
that?
they are. Like if they're 1 or 2, if they're already like 6 and 7, I'd say less than 10 years. But like, because I think to me, like we talked about, it's about how the
Yeah.
kids won't have grandparents.
Mhm.
But let's say the kids are 1 and 3. Yeah, like I'd say 10 years or less. Anything over that, you're kind of like depriving them of a core childhood memory.
Yeah.
You are the asshole. Sadly, I got outvoted there. You know, what are you gonna do? Paddy, I need money so badly. Please, please, Paddy, I need money. I'm so
Shit.
poor. Please, Paddy.
You
Help me.
are not wrong about that one, brother. I need something.
In honor of the college football season starting and recording the first episode of a branch off podcast from Jury of Your Peers Productions.
Which is everywhere.
I'm going to be making a season-long college football pick here.
He
That
keeps
will,
doing this so that you can't make TikToks about him missing.
Yeah,
his
he's
fucking
like, I'm gonna
picks.
insulate
He's like,
myself
You can't do it
forever
if it's
now.
all season.
that will make Darien happy.
Garrett Nussmeier.
It's going to be Garrett Nussmeier plus 950 to be the Heisman this year.
Come on! Sue! Hell yeah! I love it. Yeah,
He
dude.
has a very good team around him. I think he's going to take a jump. And sorry, I was just making picks in my fantasy draft.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's the first 2 picks. It's just started like 5 minutes ago. But
Damn.
welcome to the squad, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Ashton Genty. But
Ooh, Ashton
he's
Genty.
going to be good. He's going to have a lot of experience. Like, he's an older quarterback. I think that's been more relevant recently in Heisman. I think you've seen a lot more seniors play really well because they're a little bit older, they're a little more experienced. So I think plus 950 is great value. Throw $100, win 950 back. I think it's a pretty good pick.
I think it's a great pick. I might put some money on that myself. I'm not kidding. I thought about doing it with Jaden Daniels 2 years ago, and I regret every day not actually pulling the trigger on that. So I'll co-sign this one.
Sports.
Yes,
Football. Sport. Ball. Football in the air. Catch it. Touchdown.
That's the goal of this
yes.
season, is to get Bello into football. We're going to watch
Sure.
every
Listen,
FIU game.
He will come over when it's either at my place for the TVs. We'll do food and everything. It'll be fun. Or Darien will go to your place with the patio, food, like smoke on
Barbecues
the smoker.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the way we get him into it, by doing bigger group things involving
drinking and smoking.
Yes.
Oh no.
Drinking and smoking meats. Let's clarify.
to clarify,
food.
smoking meats.
God, put a cigar in my mouth right now.
Or a
please.
cigar.
Hey, yo.
I will be listening to you. So, as a preface, I will not be on this college football podcast. So, I believe it's going to be a little bit more sporty in general.
Yep.
But I will be listening to all the college football episodes and trying to learn.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make office talk, right? I always try to do that. I always try to know just enough that if someone goes, "You saw Green Bay this weekend," I'm like, "Oh yeah, they lost to
You saw that game last night?
Minnesota."
Hey, how about that game?
You see that big game?
Just enough for some water cooler talk.
Yeah, I've already requested an F1 corner at some point, like a recurring segment. Maybe, Bello, you hop on for some golf whenever that rolls around.
We got the Ryder Cup team
Ryder
coming
Cup
up.
team just got chosen. I actually have to look at it because I saw a quick thing
Maybe
of it,
that's
but I
what
was
I'll
busy.
listen to, is the golf one, so that I know what the hell's going on. So
There we go.
Yeah. Keegan, I don't think picked himself, no?
He did not.
So sad. I would have loved it.
All right.
Guys, if you like this podcast, go ahead, give us a comment, give us a like, give us a review. However you guys want to interact with us. We have TikTok, Instagram, the Twitter that Paddy doesn't post on.
Oh my God, this is going to be a
Please.
recurring thing.
Interact with us. We want to know you guys more. We want to know about the guy that divorced his wife in the comments of the Cleveland video that we posted on
Wild
TikTok.
Crazy comments.
If you haven't
man.
seen that TikTok, go watch the TikTok about Paddy being a Cleveland fan and then open up that comment section.
Wild.
Crazy.
Wild.
Insane.
If you're listening, love you, big dog. Hope you're doing well.
Good luck, man.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Hi, Mom.